What up, guys? Your boy Just King ZA. Welcome back to the Just King ZA podcast. And yeah, man, today we're talking about Chidimma's mother, Annabelle Rungo, who has been charged with identity theft officially. She put up, she was applying for bail, and she happened to use a fake identity to apply for bail. Imagine, can you just imagine the level of, I don't know what level of criminality or stupidity, or I don't know what the hell it is. Can you just imagine? That's crazy, you know what I'm saying? So that's what we're gonna be talking about. Yeah, man. But before we get into it, subscribe to the channel. Please subscribe to the channel. Help the channel grow. We are about to hit 1K subscribers. Please subscribe to the channel if you love this content, so that you can see more and more of my content, more of my videos, and so that this platform can share more of these videos out there. And I'm someone who can do a lot of videos. I can do 20-minute videos. I can do 3 in a day, you know what I'm saying? But I'll need your support by subscribing. Just subscribe to the platform. Thank you very much. Yeah, let's get straight into it. Yeah, man. Annabelle Rungo, the mother of Chidimma, the lady that was found to have stolen identity in order to be in South Africa, and her child Chidimma, who wanted to be Miss South Africa, you know what I'm saying, and was denied by the public. The public said nah, that she cannot be, and she ended up withdrawing from the competition and then going to Miss Universe Nigeria, and then she was given the title. Honestly, she was given the crown. She became Miss Universe Nigeria, and then from there she went to Miss Universe, and she made it to top 2. But if you really watch that thing, you can see that she literally used this thing that was happening to her as a rod, or whatever you can call it, something to balance with. She was telling people, my situation, you know what I'm saying? She was literally pitted to number 2, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, to in the Miss Universe. So the mother of that lady, her name is Annabelle Rungo. We as the public of South Africa, we never knew that the lady is a criminal or someone who stole identity. We never knew any of these things. But what happened is that our people were going back and forth with Nigerians, and in going back and forth with Nigerians, for us to be presented with a Miss Universe, Miss South Africa that is a Nigerian, it was not gonna work. You know what I'm saying? It was not gonna work at the time. It was not gonna work. It was not gonna balance. It was not gonna do anything. It's like asking. I know that it's far-fetched what I'm saying. It's like saying that a German lady should be Miss Britain, Miss UK, Miss England, or Miss whatever they call it during the World War. Do you understand? On a smaller scale, you know what I'm saying? Of course, this is not World War, but there's conflict. So that's what it is. It's like two countries that are having a problem, and then you have a Miss South Africa that is of that country. It's not good. It kind of gives the other nation power to say, we own you. Look, even your Miss South Africa is ours. You know what I'm saying? So that is what South Africans were battling. And then in our being, in our research of our the country that we're going against with, Nigeria, we had our own issues to say that these people, they do this type of things. They scam, they do identity theft, they do all this type of things. You know what I'm saying? Not all of them, but they are causing those crimes. They are doing those crimes. They are doing human trafficking. They are doing all those type of things. Not all, but there's a lot of people doing those things. So we said, we can bet you $1 million that this lady that is entering our competition there's crime in her. There's crime that was done for her to be in South Africa. We guessed it. It was just a guess. We were like, this one. Yes, we wanted her out, but I bet you $1 million that this lady, there's something off. There's something that is wrong. This lady is not here in South Africa the right way. And then we challenged our ministers, Gaten McKenzie, Leon Schreiber, Home Affairs Department. We challenged them. And in challenging them, they said we're going to look into it. And then we pressured them. Remember, we knew nothing. We were guessing. And just as our research or our realization of the pattern of these people, how they behave, how they don't like law and order, how they just cross the lines, how they just have no liking of law, how they just think they can do whatever they want in this world. Not just Nigerians, but a lot of African states, because the mother is not Nigerian. She might be Nigerian, like her identity is not known, because Chidimma said she's Mozambican, but on another interview she said that the mother is also Nigerian. Do you understand? So a lot of these African states, the people, these people who jump borders and all those, this is their behavior. So, and as our guests would have it, in a dramatic turn of events, turned out the mother had prima facie evidence that the mother had stolen the identity. Oh my goodness. Oh my. Prima facie evidence that the mother had stolen an identity of a South African. And then from there, that's when Chidimma stepped down from the competition. The Patriotic Alliance challenged her and said, no, they are pressing charges. And the lady quit. And when she quit, the Nigerians there, is it Bruce of Miss Universe Nigeria, they invited Chidimma to come and compete. And after that, Chidimma would accept. And when she accepted, she went to Nigeria. And then there, she went and just competed there, but you could see that Bruce was just giving her the crown. He said, you could see, he was standing up for that lady. Even talking about how he thinks that South African government, is making everything up. You know what I'm saying? How South African government is making everything up about Chidimma, and that none of it is true. He even went on a platform to say that everything is not true. Chidimma, these things were the government is no longer chasing those things. But then after that, the government would go and demand that Chidimma Adechina and her mother. This is after Chidimma won. I think it was before, I'm not so sure, leading up to Miss Universe. She was asked to come to South Africa and come and prove a case that she indeed has the documents to stay in South Africa, same as the mother. And guess what? They failed to pitch. They couldn't come there. They never came. They never showed up. Even the mother, and I bet you the mother was here in South Africa. She was just quiet, keeping a low profile, and she didn't pitch. So did Chidimma as well. She didn't pitch. And then Chidimma went out to compete in Miss Universe, where she was runner-up. And then from there, the government was quiet. And now, as of recently, the lady was arrested. She was arrested in Cape Town. And now, officially, she has been charged with identity theft. So now it is no longer prima facie. There's proof that the lady stole identity. And now, to make matters worse, the lady applied for bail, but she was using a fake identity to apply for bail. You kind of even ask yourself, how many identities does this lady have? How many thefts of identity does this lady have? You know what I'm saying? Because she used the name, I don't know if it's Sarah Moyo. Sarah Moyo, that's the name that she used. Imagine someone called Annabelle Rungo, and then she uses Sarah Moyo. I'm not sure if it's Sarah, but the surname is definitely Moyo. She used that to apply for bail. Like, yo, these people take us for non-thinking creatures. That shows you how much they disrespect the law. You take us as if we are people who don't know. You can just supply nonsensical things in South Africa and supply a stolen identity while you are being charged with identity theft. What kind of level of thinking is that? That just shows me that the reasoning capacity, man, of African states, a lot of African states there, it's not right. It's not where it's supposed to be. Those people, they are traumatized. Those people, they're not where they're supposed to be in the mental state. They are not. I don't know if it's the tyranny that happens in their country, but it has led them to not develop mentally. You know, literally, they've not developed mentally in terms of like understanding a rule of law. There is law and order in the world, and law and order must be followed. A country is led by law and order. You know, if we fail to have law and order, then what do we have as a people? You know, then everyone can be a lawless society. A lawless society is not a society that good things can come from. You know what I'm saying? So we need to have a patriotic, lawful society. So many of these people, they think they can just come here and do as they please and have their way, while they are South Africans, while South Africans are suffering. You know, many of these people, they come to South Africa, they pay bribes. They pay bribes, whatever it is that one can pay bribe for, they pay for it in order to bypass the system and have their way. They pay bribes to get jobs. They pay bribes to get positions. They pay bribes, anything in life, they just pay bribes. They worm their way in and then they pay bribes. To them it's nothing. And to tell you the truth, those people are the ones, these African state people, they are the ones who introduced the bribe structure in the corporate system of South Africa. Some other Nigerian guy was saying it on TikTok. He said, you know what, South Africa, we are the ones who brought this thing here. South Africans, they don't do this thing. They were not doing this thing the way we were doing it. We are the ones, honestly, to tell you the truth, we are the ones who brought this culture, this system of bribes. You know what I'm saying? So that is what's happening. That is what is happening. And now they thought they could get away with it. But the South Africans, you know, this is a clear representation of what the public can do. If we really stand up, we can do a lot. Look at this case now. It's going and going and going. It's a nightmare for them now. It cannot go away. You are going to see that when the law takes action, in South Africa, it will be a nightmare for the person who there's no bribes that will help you. There's no bribes. Even those people you used to pay bribes for, they will now demand more than you can ever afford. They'll make it very difficult for you because now they are being pressed, and now they have to do their job. All eyes are on them, and when all eyes are on them, they're going to turn on that culture. They're going to actually do their job. So let's talk about Christianity just for a second. Let's talk about the Bible verse that talks about do not do criminalistic things, do not break the law, because one day my agents will deal with you. My agents that I have put in power myself, the authorities that I've put in power myself, will deal with you, and decisively. That's what the scripture says in different similar words, but the context is, that's what the context is. That government officials are chosen by God. God is the one that puts those placed there, and He has put them there to deal with criminals and people who do criminalistic things. And He also said that he put them there also to deal with people who don't pay taxes. That you must pay tax, that you must follow the law. If you don't follow the law, He has put agents who will deal with the criminals decisively, and they are vicious. That's what the Bible says in similar words. So this new vibe of people not believing in Christianity, or not reading the Bible, or getting some sort of wisdom. You don't have to be a Christian, but read these books of wisdom to understand what is the spiritual implication. What is the person that the God that created this world? What are His laws? What are the laws of living? And you will understand. You cannot get away with bribery and all those things forever. You cannot. You will be dealt with. So it's many people. You can look recently. There's the Steinhoff, whatever. There's a guy who I think it's Steinhoff, whatever. I didn't follow it. But there's a guy who was doing crazy amount of corruption in South Africa. A white guy. I think it's Steinhoff. And that guy, he was found out. The government started chasing him and saying, no, we found. That guy ended up committing suicide. He couldn't find any way out. He couldn't find any way out. Probably a rich guy and whatever, having all the money in the world. But when the law caught up with him, he had to commit suicide. He had to go. He didn't really have to go. He could have just gone to go to jail and pay for his sins. But he couldn't fathom that. He couldn't think of life in jail. So he unalived himself. There's is it Ngukula or whatever, that lady, she had a powerful position in government, or was it I'm not so sure about it. Yeah, she thought she could get away with it, but when they found her guilty of corruption, they dealt with her. She never thought that day would come. So who are you as identity theft stealers? You are nobody. You'll be dealt with very decisively. So this is a message to all Africans. Start being wise. Start understanding that this is a country. This is a sovereign country. And you must respect this country as it respects you, as it loves you, as it has been good to you. Be good to this country. And if you are good to this country, you have to be good to its people. In order to be good to a country, you have to be good to its people. You have to be good to the sons of the soil, the children of the soil. And you can't be good to them by stealing their identity and making sure that they never progress in life. They never have licenses. They never have anything. They can never apply for anything. They can't go to university because of you. And just because you want to provide for your children. No, they also have children too. They also have hopes and wishes and dreams. But because of you, that reality is gone. Only now they will start to do something with their lives. But your child was able to do everything. Do you understand? So what kind of spirit of Africanism is that? You know what I'm saying? So it's very important, to really understand these things, because understanding these things is wisdom. You can't bring another African down in order for you to get up. You can't be that selfish, that diabolical. You have to be, you have to do things the right way. Apply for the things, find ways to do the things, and then come to South Africa, do the things legally. Because when everything turns on you, it's going to turn on your child, it's going to turn on you, everything. Now look, Chidimma, she couldn't be Miss South Africa. She couldn't even be Miss, she couldn't be Miss Universe. She could only be Miss Universe Nigeria. You know what I'm saying? She could have been a Miss South Africa, Miss Universe South Africa. And that would have created an opportunity for her, you know, to be well accepted in the South African media space. Right now, Chidimma cannot even be in South Africa. She's in trauma right now where she is. She's in trauma. She can't, just imagine what you put your daughter through. You know. It's very bad, that mothers can put their people through this. But another thing is like we don't know Chidimma. She's also probably involved in this thing as well. She probably knew what was happening and she just kept quiet. That is that the government is still gonna search on that as well. We're gonna make sure we leave no stone unturned. We have to know this Chidimma, was she really born in South Africa? Are her documents correct? We have to know, just same as the mother. And if so, then she must be arrested as well. And it must be dealt with in the court. You know what I'm saying? So respect the law. Respect the law, and the law will respect you. You know what I'm saying? If there is something you need to learn from South Africa, this is what you need to learn. That the law is the law. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to all my South Africans who stood up and not allowed nonsense to happen. Let's keep talking. Let's keep talking. Take out your social media on your phones. Do something. Talk. Share. Because one man saying the truth is enough to defeat a whole tyranny. Anyways, your boy Just King Zeri signing out.